Hey guys, welcome to the Rational Optimization Podcast. This episode today is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to tell you about what this podcast is about, what I'm planning to do with this podcast, and I'm going to tell you why I think this is fucking amazing and that we're going to have a real good time on this podcast. To be honest, this is like the third try or something. I started this episode, and I'm always overthinking. I have to find the perfect words, find the perfect way to phrase everything, so it's super engaging and you don't lose interest in the first 20 seconds. And yeah, I just had to say this because it's pretty hard for me, but I know I shouldn't be overthinking. It's my first episode, and I'm going to work really hard to make this podcast really fucking good. But maybe the first episode is not the best one. But we're going there. I'm working on it. And we're just going to start now. So, rational optimization. What does rational optimization mean? When I, like a few years ago, when I started to think about life, was always asking, okay, what in this life, what has meaning? Like, what is the thing that you should do in life? Is it like following a religion, following something else? And I was always searching for something, but all the search for the perfect thing to do in life led me only to find more things that I concluded could not be the meaning. And in all this search, I learned a few things. And one thing is that the only, or the let's say the best way to get closer to truth is to use rationality. So what do you mean by rationality? Rationality is just that you have proper reasons for the things you propose. So propose is, like, we can make this word clear. A proposition is a sentence that can be either true or false. So if I propose something, I say something that can be either true or false. So of course, you can just propose whatever you want without any reasons, but if you really want to get closer to truth, you have to try to find the best possible reasons for what you're proposing, and you have to be open for other people to say, oh, bro, this is bullshit, what you're proposing, and here's why. And then you have to be open to change your mind. And this is exactly what I mean with rationality. And rational optimization. Optimization is the second part. So, in basically this podcast has one goal. Like, this whole podcast is spinning around one big question. And this big question is the question, what is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do? I can repeat this. So, what is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do? This is basically, so if you say it really basically, it's the question, like, we're searching for the best way to live life. And we're doing this in a rational way. So it's not just, oh, it's the best way because today I feel like it's the best way. So, but it's the best way because there are proper arguments for this. So we can break this down into two goals. The first one is to find the best or the most rational goals. So what is the thing you're chasing after in life? So is it just like plain hedonism? Is it let's say it's hedonism. So it's a way to, you want to become happy in life. Let's really operationalize this. So what is happiness? What if you goal this life to be as happy as possible, is hedonism really the best way? Is really the best way to always jump at the first good thing, or the next most pleasurable thing. Is this really the way to get as happy as possible? So if you want to rationally optimize your happiness, you get to really define what do you mean by happiness, and also and then as the next step, really find steps to increase this and measure your improvement. Think about the next steps. Find arguments for the things you do, and test your hypotheses. what will make you more happy? What is happiness? And really get behind this. So the first part of the question, what is all things considered the most rational thing to do, is to find proper goals. So what are the best goals you can chase after? So first part, so many of those, the episodes of this podcast are gonna be around this goal. So we're gonna search for goals that are like as good as possible. And the second part is going to be that we're gonna search for the best possible way to execute those goals. So I already touched on this when I talked about the happiness example. So the first part would be that we ask, okay, maybe my goal is I want to live hedonistic. And then we ask, no, why? It's because I want to be happy. Okay, maybe happiness is a better goal. But then we don't stop. We ask, why? Why is happiness a good goal to have? Is there like any objective meaning to being happy? Or is it something that justifies itself? Or is it worth to follow this goal? And maybe for happiness, you're going to say, it's obvious that this is a good goal, but we as humans are chasing behind so many goals. And for most of the goals, we don't really ask why. And I believe that you should question everything. So like every fucking thing. So even if you say, I want to be as happy as possible, or I want to be as fulfilled as possible, I think that it's nice to question it and really ask why. So do I have proper reasons to have this as my main goal or as my secondary goal in life? So we're gonna do this first example, and the second part is that you're gonna take this construct happiness, you're gonna define it. What do I really want? Okay, do I want to feel good every do I want to average the most happiness, or do I want to, looking back, feel the best about my life? Or how do I define happiness? And then you're gonna try different interventions in your life to increase this. And so this is the part where you try to follow the goal. You choose the most optimal way. Okay, so basically this is everything this podcast is going to be about. We're going to try to search for what is, all things considered, the most rational thing to do in life. So we're going to search for the best way to live life. And I'm fully aware that we'll probably never be able to consider all things, but this is just like the optimal, like the dream. Like we're gonna try to get as close as possible to this. And I'm gonna do this in two ways. So there are gonna be episodes like this one where I'm just gonna talk, where I'm gonna do a shitload of research about a topic. It's actually my passion. I'm gonna talk about this quite a bit more, but I'm gonna do a shitload of research, read books, look into different sources, and go over topics. So one of the next episodes is gonna be, for example, the things that I came to believe, or I in the moment, the things that I believe are the most rational goals that the human can have. And I'm gonna present those. I'm gonna present my arguments, and why I believe this. So there are going to be episodes where I just talk, and it's either about the first part, so I'm going to present something about goals. I'm going to roll up some arguments, show some arguments maybe from different philosophers, different philosophies, what they think meaningful life looks like, and what arguments they find for it. Or I'm going to do a real deep dive into a goal. So if we define the goal, so let's say, as another example, we define the goal that we want to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible. And of course, we have to operationalize it, so find a way to measure it. But then maybe I'm going to do a deep dive about exactly this topic. It's probably a little bit too broad, so we could say like subcategories of this topic where I'm going to go really deep. I'm going to collect a lot of research, and I'm going to present this to you in hopefully the most condensed form that I can get all the things I find out. And yeah, this is the first part. The second part is, and I'm going to search for people that love to think as well. People that love to argue, people that have good arguments for what they believe, and people, for people that have good arguments. And with those people, I want to discuss, I want to interview them what they believe is the best way to live. I want to ask them about their goals. I want to ask them why they have their goals. I want to challenge them, and maybe this way learn more. I also want to talk to people that really have expertise in one of the goals we're gonna define. And with those people, I just want to ask them, okay, how's the best way to follow this goal? And for this, I'm gonna search for people. And to make another thing clear, whenever I say we're gonna work on advancing and getting the best possible way to follow a goal that we didn't find before, it's never gonna be, I believe that we're never gonna get it, or hopefully sometime, but it's probably gonna take a long time until probably actually never that we really say, okay, 100% this is the perfect goal and nobody is allowed to challenge this. But like, I really want to be always open to new arguments. But as soon as you're reasonably sure about a goal, that this is a goal worth having, a goal worth following, if the arguments really go strongly in one direction, then I would just add this to the list of your goals of life, of the rational goals of life to follow, and just try to optimize in this direction. Now, of course, but still, you should keep questioning. So when there is another person, or for example, when I will present a goal and I'm really sure that this is a goal worth having and that my arguments are bulletproof, and you realize, Elias, there's a mistake in your reasoning, this goal doesn't make any sense, then I would be really happy if you contact me and tell me, bro, there's a mistake. This is not the right one, because I don't want to just follow some goals that I in one moment think are they're nice, but I want to find it's the defined goal of this podcast to find the best possible goals and the best possible way to follow those goals. So when there is a better argument, I really want to be radically open to changing my mind and believing what is true, not what I feel like I have to defend because I believed it 1 year ago or something. We can sum this up in like few values that are like the core values are gonna be the core values of this channel. And like the first one is that it's really goal oriented. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I think it's good, but no, you're gonna define, or I'm gonna define or try to define clear goals and follow them. It's also really why oriented. So whenever we have a goal, or no, whenever you propose anything at all, and you should ask why. Okay, why is this? Why do I believe this? Why do I believe this to be true? And the third part is the radical openness. So really radically being open to changing your mind. If there is a better argument, if there is something wrong with, or if there is a mistake in your reasoning, in what you believe. And another thing I wanted to say is about the word optimization, because optimization for many people, I think it sounds like a trap. It's like, oh, optimization, it's like you're always trying to become better and better and better, and you never being happy. But I think this is a mistake in reasoning or in thinking, because in this case, you're probably just optimizing for the wrong goal. If you like really go onto a holistic approach, like you really try to optimize from the ground up, then you're not going to get trapped by everything. Of course, if you say, okay, I'm just going to optimize to get as rich as possible, then probably your happiness is going to suffer. Probably your health is going to suffer. Probably a lot of other parts, your relationship are going to suffer. But if you really find good goals, if you really say, okay, my goal is to be fulfilled and happy, and you try to optimize this, I think it's going to be pretty hard to burn out if you try to optimize this goal, because then you would really, really fail. And I don't believe that the only way to become happy is by not thinking about how to become happy. I think that this is also something you can learn. I think there's a lot of wisdom in the world. Maybe some monks have figured something out. Maybe some other people have figured something out. This is also going to be actually a big topic. It's actually one of my two main goals in life. Or one of the two goals that I believe I have the strongest arguments for. And so, I don't believe that optimization is a trap. Optimization is only a trap if you blindly optimize one goal and other goals are suffering because of this. But if you try to optimize just having the best possible goals and the best possible execution on them, it would be a sign that you did something, or that there is a flaw in the reasoning when you start when you start to feel trapped from your goals. So rational optimization, I believe it can really set you free. See, really, like, no, not really set you free. What is freedom? We're free theoretically. We're free to think whatever we want all the time, but I think it's the best way to reach goals. And what else are we doing here? Like, we're all trying to reach goals. We're just trying to do it in different ways. So some people are trying to reach their goals by just doing what they feel like in the moment. And of course, maybe this is going to work, but I believe, or what I want to do is to really think about, okay, what is my goal? Why is it my goal? And how is the best way to execute it? I think this is a good way to put it. And this basically what this podcast is going to be about. I'm just going to keep talking a little bit. I'm going to talk about who I am and a little bit about my story. About the podcast, this was, I think, the most important part. But if you want to learn a little bit about me, who I am, and keep on it, otherwise you can go to the next episode. I think it's probably going to be about the 5 most important goals that I discovered till date. The 5 goals that I have the best arguments for. So you can listen to it, or you can listen to me, who I am. And so my name is Elias, as I already said, and I'm from Germany, but I live in the Netherlands right now. I studied psychology, and yeah, what brought me here? It's after I finished high school, I was pretty lost. I was like, okay, what's the right thing to do with my life? And I was searching around, trying different things. I was like traveling to do really big tour on my bicycle, and yeah, just try different things. But everything I tried was after a while, I always realized this is not a thing I want to do with my life. Something doesn't feel right, and somehow this thing doesn't feel meaningful. For example, like the tour on my bicycle, it was a nice journey, and I met a lot of cool people. But after a while, I was like, this is not the thing I want to do with my life. Like if I could choose a thing that I want to do for the rest of my life, this is not it. Like traveling is not it. This doesn't really fulfill me. And I tried different things. I was working at an orphanage, which was really nice. I had a lot of fun, like with the kids. It was super cool, but still, there was like something missing. It was not. I felt like this is not the thing I want to do with my life as well. And I tried more different things, and at some point I discovered something that really, really fulfills me, and it's actually the thing I do every day, all day. It's learning new things, questioning my beliefs, and yeah, trying to understand life, trying to understand the world. And you could call it philosophy, but I wouldn't really say that it's just philosophy, because it's like it includes, actually, it's like exactly what this podcast is going to be about. So I'm making this podcast 100% about my passion, and it's just learning. Let's call it learning meaningful things, or things that that I believe are meaningful, or that I have the best arguments for them being meaningful. So this includes health. But this also includes philosophy, searching for meaning. Includes all kinds of rational optimization. And so after I finished, after I was done working at the orphanage, I essentially started this research passion, and from then on, every day I did like shitloads of research, like 10 hours every day, for a year. And yeah, I just kept on learning new things, and like researching stuff about health, researching stuff about meaning, researching stuff, in all those directions. This podcast is going to be about. And in this process, I realized, maybe it's cool to also to not just do this by myself all the time, but have like a proper, let's call it, education. So I started to study psychology, or I decided to study psychology, and because I really want to learn a lot and go deep into the research, I decided to study in English, and that's why I went to the Netherlands, because like all research is in English anyway. Why should I learn the words in German when I can also learn them in English here? And yeah, I really like it. I want like from the study, I want to learn about the human mind. I want to learn how happiness works. I want to learn what consciousness is. I think they don't have the answer for this question, but it's fine. I will at least get like the most important basics and keep going from there. So about me, yes, I'm a person. I'm just every single day, every waking hour, I'm at my desk on my beautiful walking treadmill, and I'm like walking and trying to learn new things. And yeah, it's not always the most fun, but it's pretty much always. It's always the thing I want to do. It's my passion, and it's the thing I want to keep doing. It's the thing I want to keep doing with my life, and it's also, yeah, it's this is the reason I want to do this podcast, because this thing is so much. It's such a big passion that I want to find a way to do this for a living, and yeah. So the podcast is maybe an opportunity. I know it's going to be really, really hard, but I'm going to also work really, really hard, and I'm going to try to make the best podcast that I possibly can, and yeah, improve on the way. And so I will maybe I will make a living from this podcast one day, and just follow my passion, do my research, and yeah, to do what I love. Also, another reason for this podcast, not only to make a living, is I would really like to meet a lot of people that have a similar passion to me. It doesn't have to be like exactly this, like this rational optimization of everything, but it's like if there are people, I'm pretty sure there are actually people that are like on the same path, searching for the same thing. And with this podcast, I'm trying to send out a message that I'm super interested in this, and when there's somebody else that is like, oh damn, that's cool, Elias, that Elias is doing this, I love this as well, and then yeah, I really want to meet those people, and I think this is a cool way to reach out, to send a signal, to build a tribe of people that want to question life, that want to question their goals, that want to question what they're doing, and yeah, that they want to do this. I think this is a good place to end this first episode. I was pretty nervous in the beginning. Actually, still, to be honest, it's not. It's I did some cuts in this episode, so I didn't manage to do it all at once, and yeah, still, I'm gonna improve over time. This is the first episode, and there are gonna be a lot more coming, and it's gonna be a lot of effort I'm gonna put in here. And I promise you, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get really, really good. I'm gonna put a lot of effort in this, and I'm gonna produce a really good podcast. Thank you for listening to the Rational Optimization Podcast. I see you in the next one.